Okay, I wanted to try out a couple of things here. Number one, this is my old Samsung phone, and the my Fuji camera. I realized the sound on it was funky. It has a hissing noise that you don't notice out here, but you notice it in the house whenever I'm trying to record. So I thought maybe I wanted to see how the quality of the camera, this old phone was. It's not a real old phone, it's a couple of years old, but I have a feeling the quality of this camera will even be better. You know, some of the phones, when you take video, see, I'm making you seasick here, they wave, you know, so I wanted to test that out. Anyway, I had another video where I was putting in the pop rivets, the threaded pop rivets, and using the drill, and it was just awesome. They were just zapping right in. And what happened, see, I've got these screws that are just with the hex head on them, or Allen head, but what happens is it's not the screw that's the problem, it's the nuts which prompted the Frosty the Snowman post. These are hardened steel and socket head cap screws, but the nuts are soft. I've got soft nuts. That's kind of sad. And what happens is, I was going to say after a couple of uses, actually the last try it was only one use, and the nuts leave, am I getting focused? Does it focus this close in? The nuts bugger up the thread. You can see the silver on it, and it gets to the point where it won't even, I can't even get them off, but it puts a lot of gunk in those threads, and I think the threads are still good. I could probably run a dye across it and clean them back up, but you know, it was really cool. And on top of that, I had ordered a replacement nose piece for the old gun, but the whole old gun totally self-destructed. Where'd it go? Totally self-destructed. It very first problem I had was the threads on it. You can see how mucked up they are. That was really going bad, and so I ordered a replacement head for it, replacement mandrel. But then you see this comes right out because the little pieces that are supposed to go in here just completely destroyed. And I showed on the previous video, you see this flange here around the edge of it. That's not supposed to be there. That's from the pressure. This is too soft of a metal, and those others, they just popped out. And anyway, I wasn't going to order a new one of these. This cost $20, $21. I don't think it was a $30 one. And never mind. I was going to go on about Harbor Freight. They have them now. They didn't have them when I bought this. I had to wait for it to come off eBay. Now they have them, but I don't want to buy another cheap one because of the situation here. So I've spent $80 to get one. They had a tool that was similar to where you could use the threads and do it, but that was $70. So like for $10 I could get a tool, and I even called them and asked them, is it going to stand up to this? And according to the description, it'll go up to 1/4 inch steel rivets, which this is only an 832, which is relatively small. So the guy felt like it was going to be sufficient for the job, considering there's like in one of these bikes, there's like 64, I think I counted, screws in these two boxes. So you're talking about this is the first box I made. So not even 100 rivets, and I destroyed the tool and screws, and I've gotten 1, 2, oh wait a minute, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Anyway, one of the things I have to get better at, notice I missed this one totally. I put the I put it together, and I use a couple of these screws here, self-tapping, and I put them in to hold it in place, and then I go through and I space these out and I drill these next ones. Problem is, I didn't get a good bite on that. So, excuse me. Next time around, I've got I want to get the curves better. I've got another idea on how. Every time I make the boxes, I think they just get better and better. And this one, I was so proud of the way it cut out with the electric shears, and I don't have to cut giant pieces off of them. I still had to shape the nose, and the bottom here, it's going to fit on really nice. And oh, actually, I was counting these here. I didn't count all the rivets. I used that gun that I tore up to put all these rivets on. And this box turned out really nice. So the little battery box is ready to go. I thought I would have, the controller box is ready to go. I thought I'd have the battery box all done. So anyway, waiting on the new tool again. I don't know, I might run down to Lowe's and see if they have hard nuts. It's another story, okay. So there we are with that. This is I don't know how many I ordered of those things. I think I ordered a couple of hundred at least. Go through them, and I did run out of nuts. I'm going to have to order a gob of those. I ordered more screws. These are, I don't know if I haven't discussed this. These are, I think 3/8, but they don't go all the way through. And I ordered some that are longer, that will go all the way through and stick out, and then I can put them in. And I even got some Loctite. Well, that's great. You know, I just have no organization. Here it is. What a dumbass. Put it on the shelf. I got the super locker Loctite, and I'll put those through the inside, and then I can have studs sticking out and go with the acorn nuts, which I like them better than the pan heads. I think it gives it a lot better look. So that would mean totally disassembling this to put, I'll think about it. I'll see how it goes. This bike was not the first bike, the second bike, and I don't think it has as strong of a battery in it. This is the very first bike, the green bike that had that funky case on it, which is in the pile down there now. And I'm making this battery box for that bike. First I'll paint it with this green, see how it looks. Actually, there's not much in here. Good grief. So, that's the story. Pop rivet saga. And I'm really happy with the threaded pop rivets, and I think it makes a good job of it. And I need to finish this box so I can start on the next one and get even better at it. And so we'll see how the phone does on there. It's like winter outside. Nice garden. Anyway, see how this looks.